Welcome everybody to ESC Fan TV. It's Saturday night and we are so close now. Just a week away, we will be sitting down to watch the grand final of Eurovision 2021. But tonight is all about semi-final 2. On Friday's show, we presented our live results show for your decisions on who qualified for Eurovision 2021 semi-final 1. Tonight's all about semi-final 2. You have been voting for who you think should qualify, which 10 songs should qualify for the final. And tonight we're going to reveal your decision, which means one thing. If your favourites don't make it, really sorry, but it's your fault. Hi, Tom. How you doing?
Hey, Stu. Great to be here. I'm in the chat room tonight, chatting with everyone again. Looking forward to seeing what everyone comes up with. One thing I've already put out to the chat room, and if you've just joined the chat room as well, before we get started, who do you think our viewers have actually voted as the 10 qualifiers? Is anyone going to be brave enough to put their predictions out there before the show? Looking forward to chatting along with you all.
Thank you, Tom. What a panel we've got for you tonight. We've got someone from Australia up at the crack of dawn just for you. We've got a brand new panelist all the way from Germany. We've got some Brits in the house. And of course, we've got a Belgian. We're going to say hello to our panel. But before we do that, we're going to ask them to give you a nice wave at home. Then we're going to start the show. So for the viewers, this is your panel. Thank you for joining us this evening. Right, so here are the rules, and we have to have rules because you need to know what's going to happen. So tonight, we're going to talk to you about all 17 semi-final 2 entries. Our panel are going to tell you whether they think that they should qualify, whether they should be one of the 10. Then we're going to reveal whether you have selected that particular entry to qualify or not. And tonight, we're going to start with one of the favourites to win Eurovision. We're going to start with Jean's Tears of Switzerland. There you go. There's some images from the rehearsals this week for Jean's Tears. Yeah. Beautiful ballad to l'univers. It's really haunting, in fact, actually. And just it comes across so well on stage. Beautifully presented. If you haven't already caught up with some of the reactions to this week's rehearsals, go and check them out. Myself, Martin, and Alina, and one or two others, Ian and Donna, will be there available to provide you with our views on whether we felt that Switzerland are potentially going to do it or not this year. We're going to ask our panel. We're going to start with Steve. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I think this is probably the best song in this semi-final. I've noticed it's gone down in the betting a bit. I think it's around 7th or so now. And I can't quite understand that because he's got a great song. He's got a lovely voice and his range is stupendous. And I still think this one is going to win the semi and it will be there or thereabouts on the final night. It's a fantastic song and I prefer it to his song last year. And I like that one as well. So I think this is great. Absolutely great.
Thank you, Steve. We're going to say a very warm welcome to a debutant on tonight's show, all the way from Germany. We say hello to Georgia. Georgia, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. I'm very excited to be here and talk about Switzerland as the first country. I mean, I could probably talk for hours. I love that song. His voice is amazing, even while he's literally dancing. Who would have thought he would be dancing on stage? And it just works so well. Like, to me, this is the clear winner of the semi and hopefully at least top 5 in the finale.
We're going to find out very soon. And let's go to Australia next and say very good morning to Gemma. Gemma, it's been ages since you've been on the show. Welcome back. And good to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
It's really
nice
our pleasure.
To be back.
Yeah, and thank you for getting up at what, like 4 a.m. your time?
Yeah,
really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's still dark.
Crazy. But, Switzerland, what do you think?
Oh, Switzerland. As everyone knows, I love a good banger, so it's unusual that I'm talking about a quiet song, but this song is great, and it is absolutely qualifying. So when I first saw, the first rehearsals come out, I hadn't watched anything, just saw the photos, and I was like, dude, this guy is qualifying. Look at that. It's stunning. It's going to look great in camera. Qualifying for sure.
Thank you, Gemma. But the big question is, did you, the viewers, decide to pick Switzerland to qualify from one of your 10? Should we find out? Let's do it. You did. There you go. First one up. So remember, we've got 10 songs to qualify for the final. So that's your first one of 17 entries this evening, your first qualifier. Next is Georgia. Tourniquet with You. This is a stunning lullaby for Eurovision this year. I really, really like this. I know it's not high on the betting, but it comes across so well visually from the stadium in Rotterdam at the Ahoy. Let's go to Alina. Alina, we've been watching the rehearsals.
Yes.
Firstly, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
We've been watching the rehearsals, you and I got a lot of love for this because I just feel like it's really well delivered on screen. What do you think about it? And can you see this potentially qualifying?
Well, let me just say, I hope it qualifies. My list is changing every day. So I think today it's not anymore on my list of qualifying, but I can change tomorrow. So any fan of them, no worries. But I just love the screenplay. How amazing is that? And it really comes across in the song. And it's a beautiful song. And I mean, who doesn't love a man in white shirts on stage singing so beautifully? So yeah, Hormones are also liking this.
And it really comes across really well. If you haven't already seen the clips on Eurovision.tv, please go and have a look at it. Really, really great delivery of such a beautiful song. Let's go to my co-host, Tom. Georgia.
Hello.
Hello, Georgia.
Do you know what? This has a certain charm to it. I don't think it deserves the bad rap it's getting. I mean, it's currently last in the betting odds. Does it deserve last? I don't think it does. I think there's a certain charm to it. However, I do think it's going to struggle to qualify, purely because I think there are bigger songs out there. There are bigger fish to fry, but it's a nice song. I like it.
Thank you, Tom. And let's go to Sean. Sean, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. I love it. I love it. I do. I love it. I really, really like this song. And I've not seen any of the rehearsal footage for this. I've not even seen the 30-second clip of this song online because purposely I'm trying to avoid it because I want to wait until semi-2 to see it in its all its glory. I love his voice. I love the song. It gets me right here, and I hope it qualifies. I know it's really not doing well in all the betting odds, and I've got it down in my top 10 to qualify. So fingers crossed, but I suspect it might not.
He's got quite a sense of humour, actually. Most of you won't have seen, but in the first set of rehearsals, the final run through, he just decided not to bother at all, and he just was playing with his voice. It was quite amusing. He was kind of go high low throughout, and he took the end of it. He's like, well, whatever. Anyway, there you go. That's Georgia. But did you select Georgia as one of your 10 qualifiers? Actually, do you know what? I'm going to ask the panel. We did this on Friday. It worked rather well. Let's see if it works the same. Thumbs up, guys, if you think it will qualify. Thumbs down if you don't. If you think it won't qualify. And you can do that, but if you're not really sure, okay, I think looks as though he's not going to qualify. Let's see if you agree with the panel. There you go. Sadly, you have decided, it's your fault, that Georgia won't qualify to the final. That's Georgia. Next up is Greece. Stefania with Last Dance. This is surprising a few in the Ahoy. There are stunning visual effects, a incredibly large green screen being employed for this particular song, and of course she delivers it so well. Her vocal is incredible. Greece weren't favoured, but they are starting to edge up in the betting that I'm noticing. Last dance. Let's go to Martin. Martin, welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone.
Have you had enough of me yet? You spent most of the week with me, virtually, that is.
Yeah, just about. It's just tonight, isn't it?
Just tonight.
Yeah,
this comes across really well on camera, doesn't it?
It does. So before Rotterdam, because I wasn't sure we'd actually heard a live vocal, I was down at 36. But then once I heard her sing, I realised that we had heard a live vocal because it was so good. She's an amazing vocalist. She looks gorgeous. The green screen is incredible. There's some pundits in the Ahoy press people who go, oh, look, you can see the images of the green screen men. But TV on the night, nobody's going to care about that. We've seen some really great pictures of how that actually works. And once she's relaxed a bit and she starts smiling, this is a great performance, a great song. Yeah, Greece could be top 10 this year.
Could be, yeah, or maybe better. I think it's one of the dark horses that nobody's giving too much focus on. But for me, one of the ones to watch. Certainly one of the best in this semi-final. Let's go to Ness. Ness, welcome to the show.
Hi. I love this song. I liked it initially when I heard it, and I think Greece have got a chance here. I really do. I certainly think she'll go through to qualify. I just have it bopping through my head all the time. Yeah, it's really, really catchy, and I think it would be catchy for the audience viewers who are seeing it for the first time. It's quite an outfit and quite a figure.
Yeah, it is. It is quite the outfit, actually. And Greece have done really well with their staging. They've really thought about their entry and how to deliver it visually. And it's on point for me. Let's go to Steve. Steve, last dance, Stefania.
Yeah, I think this is really good. I was surprised her vocal was quite so good as it was, because when I first saw this, I thought this is going to be really, really screechy when this comes to stage, but that's not the case at all. And visually, it's one of the best entries, I think. It's one that people are going to remember, and it looks like a mini Walt Disney show in many senses. I think this could do really, really well. Top 5, I'd say, based on this.
I'd agree. Thank you, Steve. There certainly has a chance, I think, to be a top 5 contender. Did you agree with the panel? With these 3 panelists. But what about the other members of the panel? Panel, thumbs up, thumbs down, or in the middle? Looks like Greece are going to qualify. Did you put them through? There you have it. That's our second qualifier of the evening. We now have Jean's Tears from Switzerland and Stefania from Greece. Next up, we're changing the mood slightly. We're going to more of a ballad with Bulgaria's Victoria. And this is so stunning. I mean, in terms of a performance, you will not forget it in a hurry. Growing Up is Getting Old is the Bulgarian entry this year. Let's go to Georgia. Georgia, what do you make of Bulgaria's attempt at Eurovision this year?
Oh, I must say this has really grown on me in the last week. I wasn't a fan before, but now, since I've seen it as a whole with the staging and everything just came together really, really nicely, and it's such a beautiful song. I don't think there's any other word to describe it. It's simply beautiful. And I mean, she's gone up in the odds, so I'm pretty sure she's going to qualify. And again, this could be a dark horse, in my opinion. Yeah,
I think isn't it shooting up the betting odds at the moment, Bulgaria? I think there's obviously a few ballads up there that people really fancy, but I think this is certainly one to watch. Tom, what do you make of Bulgaria this year?
Oh, Stu, this is amazing. This is exactly what I wanted from Victoria. I mean, I've spoken about Victoria in previous shows when I've said we needed a staging that showed off the fragility of her voice. And you know what? From what I've seen, from the clips, from the pictures and everything, we have got exactly that. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing. This is going to qualify without question. And I can see this going absolutely big next Saturday night as well. Absolutely, just like, Stu, it's rare I steal a line from you, but get your money, get 10 quid, stick it on Bulgaria. They're going to do well.
Thanks for that, Tom. Thanks for reminding everyone not to bet on a song. Every time I bet on a song, basically something goes wrong. I bet on Ukraine, and then 24 hours later, the poor singer pulls out ill. So do not bet on anything that I ever bet on. Let's go to Martin. Martin, Bulgaria, really impressing over in Rotterdam at the moment. What do you think? I mean, you've been watching these rehearsals. What have you made of Bulgaria?
This is truly amazing. I've got 3 maximums this year. This is one of them. The whole staging, the whole 3 minutes is beautiful. There's intricate things going on with sand from the ceiling, and then there's the nice touches that she's got a framed picture of her dad who's got problems with ALS on there, so it's all emotionally tied into the whole performance. And I think this is going to win this semi-final because it's such a beautiful song. She's a great performer. We all knew that she could sing live, and I think that obviously going through, I would have it probably in the top 5 next Saturday.
There you go. So these 3 panelists think it could do really, really well at Eurovision. What about the rest of the panel? Guys, is it a qualifier? Is it not a qualifier? Or is it kind of in some no man's land? Thumbs up, thumbs down. There you go. General consensus, it's definitely qualifying. What did you make of Bulgaria? There you have it. That's your, what's that, 3rd qualifier in 4 entries. We're not going to have any qualifiers left if we carry on this way. I think we should move to another entry. Let's move on to Albania next. Angela Peristeri with Karma. This is another one that's being delivered really well on stage in Rotterdam. There are kind of hints of Eleni Ferreira in the staging if you've not already caught the clips. Let's go to Sean first of all with this one. It was the favourite in FIC, Festivali Kengus in Albania in December. It stormed that particular competition. It's not doing very well in the betting odds in Eurovision, but can this be a qualifier?
No. Well, personally, from my opinion, no, it's just not my cup of tea at all. I just don't particularly care for the song. She's very nice, she's very lovely, and she looks fabulous on stage and whatnot. But no, it's just not for me, I'm afraid. I have this as my second to bottom in the semi-final.
Thank you, Sean. Just remember, guys, this is personal opinions, so we're not going to love every song, but thank you for your opinion, Sean. Let's go to Elena next. Elena, now we were quite complimentary about this song when we did our reaction. I think she looks stunning on stage. That silver dress is incredible.
Don't let me talk about that silver dress. I won't stop. Like, I want one. I want a silver warrior dress that looks so good. Like, how beautiful is that? Oh, I love it so much. I really, really want one. I'm so jealous. If she don't qualify, I need that dress. I'm going to ask her for it.
It really is super, super stunning. Is it going to qualify, Lena? You thought you dodged the bullet there, didn't you?
Yeah. Let me just say that I'm going to send her an invite for the dress. Let me just say that.
You're so sitting on the fence. Thank you for not answering my question. We're going to move to Tom next. Tom,
Hello.
Albania.
Well, I mean, let's face it. She's got the staging. She's got the voice. But again, this has the potential to get lost. Can I see it qualifying? Yes. Can I see it not qualifying? Also, yes. I think this is going to be one of the songs that when you look at the final placings in a week or so's time, you will see she's either fallen just one side or just the other side of the fence. She's either going to come 10th and she's just going to squeak it in, or she's going to come 11th and she will have just missed out. Either way, it's a grower for sure, but we need to remember most viewers, they're only listening to it once, and it's a one chance thing. You listen to it, it grabs you, you vote for it. You listen to it, it doesn't grab you, you're not going to vote for it, and it's game over. But best of luck to her.
And, you know, Albania are definitely ones for the revamp. Same as Israel this year. Probably the two best revamps I can ever remember from any Eurovision song in history. Incredible change. Really, really elevated it. Right, what does the panel think in general? Are we going qualifier, non-qualifier, or not sure? Thumbs up, thumbs down in the middle. Well, we get this is okay. Kind of undecided. Is that a thumbs up, Ness? No, thumbs down. Okay, let's find out whether Albania qualified for you. So, non-qualifier for Albania. There you go. So, we're going to move on now to our next country, and it's Poland, bringing the 80s back. Rafał with The Ride. So 80s, this, isn't it? It really is. And I think at some point he does actually take his glasses off. I don't think he did in the second rehearsal, but yeah, not quite sure there. But it looks cool. Yeah, it's an acquired taste, I think is fair to say. I think it ticks my boxes, and Alina's decided it ticks hers as well. We're going to go to Ness first. Ness, we all love the 80s. Are the 80s coming back in Poland this year? Is this going to qualify?
Not if I'm voting for it. Sorry. I like it, but only because I'm of that age that I remember 80s music. So yeah, I'm finding it hard to listen to, you know, when you're playing the whole album of songs. I struggle to get to 2 minutes. Sorry.
It's not for everyone, is it? Let's be honest. Someone who I know does love the song though is Gemma.
I do, but you keep saying it's 80s. I think it's more like just 10 years ago. Like, this would have fitted in Eurovision perfectly 10 years ago. You know, like the way it just feels and looks. But anyway, we all know I love a good dance song. I am slightly worried it won't qualify, though. Yeah. It's just going to get lost, I think.
Well, it's interesting. I think when you see the staging, you might start thinking 80s again. It does feel like they've kind of pulled something from the 1989 Eurovision Song Contest. But anyway, that's just how it comes across to me. Bit like with Denmark that we'll talk about a little later on. Tom, Poland, can they qualify?
I would love to sit here and say yes, but the thing is, 80s themed songs, there's about 3 or 4 in this semi-final that you could legitimately say were 80s themed. And I hate to break it, despite the enthusiasm in the chat room, Greece does it far better. Sorry. And I think Stefania is going to outclass and outpace this song on the scoreboard on the night. Sorry.
You're not saying this is Greece's 80s, are you? Or did I misunderstand?
Oh, I do. I think Greece is definitely 80s influence.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Not sure I buy that one, but thank you, Tom. Panel, is Poland going to qualify from this semi-final? It's either a no or we're not sure. So borderline to no. Let's find out if you voted Poland through. There you have it. So Poland miss out. Next up, it's the rockers from Finland. Blind Channel will take to the stage on Thursday next week, performing Dark Side. And I mean, this is just everything you want from a rock song on stage. Just looks and sounds amazing. Let's go to Martin. Martin, you love this entry. You talked it up enough during our recaps. Is it a qualifier though?
Yes, of course it's a qualifier. It slaughtered everybody in UMK in Finland, and in the semi-final too, it's the only one of its type. So there will be a market for this. Every performance they do is exactly the same. It's got hints of Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park that will be sort of in people's brains. It's a great performance. And there's pyros plenty. What is there not to like? It's my number 2 in this semi-final. When it gets to the final and then there's Italy, different story. But that's another talk.
Thanks, Martin. Let's go to Alina. Alina, you love this in the Finnish national final. Is it still doing it for you on stage at Rotterdam?
Yes, but it's like Martin said. If you've seen Italy, you think otherwise about it. Like, it changed you a bit. But it's so good, Finland. And I really love, like, the red fingers. It's, like, subtle. But, yeah, this is a definitely qualifier. So amazing. It's like I said. It's like you put a bit of their concert. Like, you grabbed it, you moved it, you put it to Eurovision, and poof, they're playing. It's like a game. So good.
Thank you, Alina. Let's go to Gemma. Gemma, Finland. Is it a qualifier?
Yes. Look, when was the last time a rock song did not qualify? Every time they get through. And this one gets in your head. You're happy about it. You're loving it. It's getting through. Oh my God. And you can just, it'll play and everyone will just be like, yeah, we're into this. They'll, people will definitely be doing that in front of their TVs. It's going through.
There you have it. So we're saying it's going to qualify. What about the rest of the panel? Guys, just to confirm, is it a qualifier, non-qualifier, or not sure? Everyone's going qualifier, except Tom hasn't put his finger up. There you go. He's got his thumb up. It's a qualifier. Unanimous. What about yourselves? There you have it. Finland qualify. We're moving on to, well, in fact, we're going next door to Estonia next. Uku Saviste with The Lucky One. Yeah. Arguably Eurovision's hottest man of 2021. Or so they tell me. Yeah, fantastic ballad from Uku Saviste. Not doing too well in the betting, however. But does my panel think it's going to qualify? Let's go to Sean first. Sean, The Lucky One by Uku Saviste, who has won now the Estonian national final 2 years running. Is this going to qualify for the semi-final?
Oh, I'm toying with this one. I really, really am. I think it's one of those, it's going to be 10th or 11th moments again. It's a decent song. And yeah, he's very, very pleasing on the eye, isn't he? Sorry, Stuart, kind of asking the wrong person there, but
it's not my genre.
But yeah, he's very nice looking, isn't he? And just the look with the unbuttoned shirt and the black bow tie around his neck, it's like, wow, yeah, all right. Sorry. Oh, back to the song.
I'm going to say there's a musical part to this.
Yeah, it's a very, very good song. It's a strong song, but there are so many good songs this year, and I think any other year this would have flown through. But I think it's a borderline qualifier.
Thank you, Sean. Alina liked it because she was very animated above you. So let's go to Alina next. Alina, Uku Saviste, are you a fan, and is he going to qualify?
Am I a fan, Stuart? That's a pointless question. Of course I am. He makes me forget Eric Saade for a minute, you know? No, his songs are so beautiful. I listened to a lot of them, and also listened to something he did with Alexander Rybak. Also a beautiful guy, but anyway. But they're so good. I love his music. The staging is amazing. That outfit is like amazing. Also maybe a reason why you should vote for it, because I mean he looks so good. And his ass looks really good in it. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about it. But yes, it's an amazing song. And if my boyfriend is watching this, I'm sorry, but I still love you so much.
Yeah, so I think we probably need to get to the actual music. We've talked about him, his butt, his top. I'm going to come to Ness now, who hopefully is going to give me something musical. Ness, Uku Saviste.
I don't want to. It's really catchy. I love this. It's like one of those theme tunes, those anthemic sort of tunes you get in a really big buster film in the 90s. You know, like My Secret of My Success or something. It kind of elates you, and you feel like, yeah, I could really sing along to this, and I'd want to hear it again. So I think for that reason, I think I agree with Sean. It will be a borderline qualifier, but I really hope that he qualifies. And I'm too old really now and over the hill to comment on whether I'd fancy him or not. But if I was 20 years younger, absolutely. And if he is gay, I don't know if he is, I'd give a go at turning him. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you were the voice of reason, Ness, and we could talk music for just a second. Although I did see a comment on screen from Georgina who said that Alina is speaking for the world right now. There you go. We're going to find out whether our viewers have voted Estonia through. But before we do that, panel, is it a qualifier, a non-qualifier, or a not sure? Is he a qualifier, a non-qualifier, or not sure? I thought that might change the vote somewhat. What about you guys at home? Find out. I can feel change to come. I heard someone. There you have it. Uku's not making the final, guys. It's your fault. We're halfway through. Before we make any further movement forward, Tom, just coming to you quickly. How are you getting on in the chat room?
Oh, do you know what? The chat room is alive and well. There are so many people nattering away there. And I have to say, Stu, yes, okay, the panel were talking about Uku's appearance, but so was the chat room. And I just pull up the comment from Thomas here. Is the song so bad that everyone is talking about Uku's appearance instead? Just saying.
Thank you, Tom. Next song is Iceland. Daddy with 10 years. He's back. And wasn't sure that he was going to take part for Iceland again this year, but they've convinced him. And him and his band are back with a song about him and his wife's long-term partnership. I'm sure you remember last year, Think About Things was a worldwide sensation on TikTok. It got people talking, even those who weren't actually Eurovision fans. Will that translate into votes for Iceland this year? Let's go to Georgia. Georgia, Iceland. I love it. What about you, Sue? What about yourself?
I love it too. I do think last year's song was better. I'm sorry. But this one, again, grew on me. And after I've seen snippets of the staging, it's the whole package. They're sweet. They're lovable. It's fun. You want to dance with them. You want to laugh with them. Really, you just want to be friends with all of them. So they're really charismatic. The song is sweet as well. So they'll qualify, no question.
Thanks, Georgia. Steve, you were a big fan of Think About Things last year. Are you also a big fan of 10 Years?
Yes, I love both songs. I think Think About Things last year was, everybody touted that as the potential winner, didn't they?
Mm.
I don't think this is the potential winner, but I still love it. It's very kooky. It's very quaint. It's the weird dancing is all very good. And the lead-in sounds as though you're just about to get a ballad, and then it goes a bit wacky, and I like that as well. I think this is an easy qualifier. I'm just not quite so sure how it will do in the final. I expect it to be in the top 10, and because a lot of people may not necessarily associate last year's song with him, because the comparison is, a lot of people are saying, well, actually, this one's not so good. And I probably agree with that, but I still think it's good enough to get through and good enough to go top 10. I think they're fabulous, and I love their video.
Yeah, exactly. That video is pretty epic, isn't it? There were two. There was one where he was just performing with the band, and then along comes the robot, and just incredible. I'm just trying to think of the reference. It's Power Rangers, isn't it? That's what it is. Yeah,
yes.
It's a Power Rangers reference. Fantastic video. Someone who did think Daddy was going to win last year and may think that Daddy's going to win again this year is Ness. Ness, 10 years. Is it a qualifier? And if it is a qualifier, how far do you think it's going to go?
I do. I've got Malta creeping, up, but I do think Iceland stand a chance. And the reason I think so is because my children loved both songs, and I do because I think it's been such a hard year with COVID that people will want something different, something very quirky. And I love the dance. I'm already trying to practice with my hand. You can't really see it, but I'm going to be up and dancing to this. And the sentiment is so lovely. Although I don't think some people who've been with their partners in COVID lockdown might relate quite so much to the last year being happy together. So it'll split the audience, perhaps.
Well, I don't know. What do we think, panel? Do we think this is a qualifier, non-qualifier? We're not sure. Not one person thinks this won't qualify. Let's find out whether you agree.
How does it keep getting better?
There you go, qualifier for Iceland this year. We're going to move on now to Austria. Austria have sent Vincent Bueno for the second year running. Last year, he sent a banger. This year, he sent a ballad. Amen, which is also the title, of course, of Slovenia that we covered on Friday. Amen is a phenomenal ballad. I love his vocal. He delivers it so well on stage in Rotterdam. But do we think Austria are going to qualify? Let's go to Martin.
Yeah, I mean, those pictures, because obviously I realise a lot of people have only seen the snippets of videos, but those pictures show how the lighting has taken a song that I had down in the 20s, and I thought, oh no, this has got no chance, to being an almost certain qualifier and probably a jury favourite as well, because he sings it brilliantly. It means a lot to him because it's apparently linked. He links it in with what's happened with his own family, but the lights sort of create a bit of a frame, and it's all about him. He's dark, dressed dark clothes as well, and yeah, I think that lighting has really picked this up, and it's in the top 10 for me now of this semi-final. How it do in the final, I don't know, but I think Austria will be quite happy that it's in the final, really.
Yeah, well, they didn't qualify with Panda in 2019, so they're desperately trying to get back into the final. Sean, what do you think about this one?
Oh, I love it. I've got this down as an easy qualifier. He sings it with so much passion, and it's a brilliant song. He performs it so well, and I'm really pleased. He's one of these artists that's come back this year and done something different, because most of the artists, the returning artists from last year who didn't get to perform because it was cancelled, have come back with very similar sounding songs. And this is completely different. This shows his vocal range off completely. I think it is stunning, and I really, really hope it qualifies.
Elena, this is a great song, but I imagine you spent a lot more time focusing on the jacket because the jacket is epic.
Yes. Actually, I hate the jackets a bit. Yeah, I think it's too long. You need to shorten it a bit. Maybe I was now thinking in my head maybe to see his ass. Oh my god, where I'm going to? But no, that's not the reason. No, I don't like the jackets, but I like the fact that you can see his belt. I don't know why, but I think it elevates more the look. And now we're gonna talk about the music. He's a really great singer. I really love the song. I think the staging, it's like Martin said, I didn't really like the song before. You've seen it on stage and it's amazing. It gets you, the feeling comes through to the screen. And I think it's a definitely qualifier.
Thank you very much. So we've had 5 qualifiers so far. This is the 10th song out of 17. Do we think this is a qualifier, panel? Thumbs up or thumbs down or in the middle? Well, I think that one is kind of just about qualifier, I think. What did you think at home? Let's find out.
No, I never thought we'd die.
There you have it. Austria qualifying for the final. We're moving on now to the Czech Republic. Benny Christo is back. It was Kamama last year. It's Oh My God this year. Both great in their own way. I really love this. I love everything about it. Staging, bit of hit and miss depending on who you talk to. But he delivers it and he's so charismatic. Let's go to Gemma. Gemma, Oh My God.
Oh my god, indeed. Yes. Finally, I'm so excited. We can dance to it. We can groove to it. And if it doesn't go through, I'm going to be very upset. Very upset.
Will it go through?
I hope so. I think it will. Surely. Come on. Can we have the whole final just full of bangers? Like, I clearly can't be dancing with anyone, but at least I can dance the entire night through. Please.
You can dance alone, as the route will tell you. We're going to move to Georgia. Georgia, Benny Christo's Oh My God.
Well, Gemma, I'll definitely dance with you virtually. I think this song is so much fun. It's such a banger. He's very charismatic and energetic, and we need those types of songs in Eurovision. You know, the ones where you just put everything aside and dance for 3 minutes and then sit back down to enjoy the more serious, beautiful songs. But we do need bangers, so I really hope he'll qualify. He'll probably be 10th or 11th. I could see this go either way, but hopefully a qualifier.
Thank you. Tom, what do you think about this?
Now, if you look at the odds, Stu, he's actually one of the almost dead certs not to qualify. And I think people don't actually take into account with this that when you look at the rehearsal clips, when you look at the photos, the guy actually has quite a lot of natural charisma that I think is going to come off really well on television. And for that reason, I mean, I would certainly put money on it to qualify. And I reckon it's going to make it through to the final. And I think that's great for the Czech Republic because it will be something like their 3rd consecutive qualification in as many contests. And I think this bodes well. It's infectious. It's happy. He's charismatic. This is everything that we would want in a qualifier. And for that reason, it's got my vote.
Thank you, Tom. But what do the panel think in general? Guys, what are we thinking? Are we thinking qualifier, non-qualifier, in the middle? Oh, sort of in the middle, isn't it, overall? Let's find out whether you at home have voted for Czech Republic. And that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be the 7th qualifier of your 10. That wouldn't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it would be 7th qualifier. Sorry, can't add up. Let's find out. Czech Republic.
Said you're still too mad.
Oh My God qualifies for the Czech Republic. That is your 7th qualifier this evening. We're moving now to Moldova. Natalia Gordienko was in prison in 2020. Not literally, that was her song. She's back this year with the song Sugar. And we're seeing Philip Kirkorov at Eurovision again, which I am so here for. So good to have Philip back. This is a bit bonkers, isn't it? When you watch the music video, we get ice cream, we get men dressed as ice cream cones, we get her ripping off the guy's jaw and eating it as a cake. And yet, in Rotterdam, we get something a little bit more classy and sophisticated. I don't understand it. I'm struggling to comprehend what is going on with Moldova this year. Gemma, are you a fan of this? And what's going on stage?
Like, oh my God, when this first came out, I was like, oh God, here we go. But yes. How good is this song? I love it. It gets in your head. Every time it comes on, I'm like, yeah, sugar. Yeah. So good. And then, you know what? It would have actually looked a little bit too Katy Perry if they put what they did on the, on the stage, on the video clip onto the stage. So at least now it's something different. I mean, I'm hoping there's a nice little like colorful surprise somewhere, but yes. So ready. Please qualify.
Thank you, Gemma. Steve, you love a banger. I can't understand what's going on in terms of the choreography, but I'm so here for Natalia Gordienko. We together, you and I, were in Athens when she first took to the Eurovision stage. Do you love Moldova this year as much as you did back then?
Well, I didn't like it back then, but I like it this year. I mean, it's probably just as well she's not replicating the video because that would just be overly camp. But I just think it just needs a little bit of camping up in places. It's looking very safe at the moment. But yeah, I mean, if she's going to eat face, you know, maybe they can put that into it somehow. But I like it, and it's got one of those choruses which is entirely instrumental as well. And I just think it's a good, catchy song, and I think it'll qualify.
Thank you, Steve. Sean, this is a bit bonkers. You love bonkers entries. Is this doing it for you?
Give me some sugar. Bum, 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 ow, ow, ow. Yeah. What is not to like about this song? It gets you up, it gets you dancing. That's exactly what we need right now. And she can bloody dance, can't she? She really, really can dance. Yeah, and I think it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I've got it as my 12 points for tonight. So top place for tonight. Yeah, love it. I love it.
Thank you, Sean. And if you're listening, Moldova, there still is time to squeeze an ice cream on stage. Please give it some thought. It's the right decision. Let's get some ice cream people on stage. Guys, is this a qualifier, a non-qualifier, or a not sure? I think on the balance of play, it's a qualifier. But do you agree at home? There you have it. The viewers have chosen not to send Natalia Gordienko through to the Eurovision final. We're moving on now to, sorry, Sean. We're moving on to Samantha Tina and Latvia. The moon is rising. This was quite an interesting or intriguing music video, which is another one that people are arguing really hasn't translated in the same way as it maybe should on stage. But what I would say is that Samantha delivers a vocal with so much power and charisma. She really knows how to work a Eurovision stage. I'm going to go to Martin first. Now, Martin, I know you're not necessarily a huge fan of the song, but I know you're a huge fan of her.
Yeah, well, I mean, in fact, the song, I'm fine with. Her, I'm fine with. She's got an incredible voice. She's got attitude. The message of the song is brilliant. It's just that there was this 5-episode series in Latvia of her development getting to Eurovision. And you saw this dress that's on the stage. You saw the backing singers and the CAD design on the backdrop. Problem is they've then had the official video with the singing, the dancers and the real attitude. And that looks so much better. And that really fits the song and the message so much better. And then they've gone back to the cocktail dress and the sort of 3 backing singers who really aren't doing a lot there, just with their visors. And it's so disappointing. I had this as number 8 in my list before Rotterdam, and now I've got it something like 14 in this semi-final. So I'm glad that Samantha's got here, because she's worked so hard to get to Eurovision, but I don't think she's getting to the final, unfortunately.
Let's find out if some of the other panelists agree. Gemma, what are your thoughts on The Moon is Rising? Do you agree with Martin, or do you have a different view altogether?
Oh my God, this song is amazing. It is my number 1. Okay, people, throw away the video clips. Forget the video clips. We're at Eurovision. They're on the Eurovision stage. So of course it's going to be different. You know, we saw what happened last year with like her performance in all the red dress. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is exactly what I wanted from her. Every time I play a Eurovision song for non-Eurovision fans here in Australia, I play this one and it goes down. Oh my God, I was drunk on the weekend. We all danced to this. It's going to be amazing. You know, move into 2021, people. We need some electronic music. EDM.
Thank you, Gemma. Georgia, The Moon is Rising. Is it a qualifier for you?
For sure. I mean, in my mind, she's already idolized. I love her. This is so energetic, and she's a powerhouse, for sure. It's very unique. It definitely stands out a lot. I don't know what Martin's talking about, because I love the dress. Like, she can just send it to me after Eurovision, but after Saturday, because she'll need it on Saturday. Because it's just so unique. I think it'll have its voters, and hopefully there'll be enough.
Thank you, Georgia. So we've got 3 more spaces, and we've got 5 songs, including this one, left. Is this a qualifier or a non-qualifier, people? Okay, that's, I think, split. Let's find out if Latvia is qualifying. There you go. You've decided that Latvia will not make it to the Eurovision final. We're moving to Portugal next. Portugal, of course, won just a few years ago. And they're delivering a song in English to Eurovision this year. Love is on My Side, delivered by the Black Mamba, who are wowing on stage at Rotterdam, it must be said. Looks and sounds amazing. And we also had the pleasure
You're
of...
not biased at all, are you, Stu? I'd always say you've got £10 on it.
I haven't got any money on this at all. I have one bet this year, and it all went wrong within 24 hours. No, this is really, really great. If you want to check out our interview with the Black Mamba, you can do on escfantv.com. Alina and Donna did a great job meeting the guys. Portugal. Let's go to Steve. Steve, I love this. It's kind of got a Bond theme running through it. It's suave. It's sophisticated. What do you think about this?
Oh, I love this. I love his voice. I love the fairly jazzy nightclub feel to the whole thing. And I think it's fantastic. And I was very sad to see it right down the betting. But as soon as the rehearsals came on, it's just slowly crept up. And I feel this is a definite qualifier. It's a fantastic song, and it's my partner's favourite, actually, in the contest.
Thank you, Steve. Tom, I'm coming to you now because of your comment you've just made.
Do you know what, Stu? I think this is a really stylish entry. I've seen the rehearsals and stuff. I think this is possibly one of the biggest improvers from studio version to actual staging concept. Is it going to be enough to see them through? I'd like to think it would be, to be honest. Are you still going to lose your 10 quid? Well, it depends where you put it. You know, if you've put it on the top 10, I think you could be in for a bit of a losing streak. But, you know, if you've put your 10 quid, you know, on just a simple qualification, I think you should get your money back. Yeah, lovely song, nice vibe to it, some solid staging, and something that's going to stand out as well. There's some really nice moments that I've seen in the videos and the photos so far, that I think is going to work really, really well with the audience.
There's a really stylish moment where he's walking down the runway, and then they've got this video graphic that follows him, and it works so well. Honestly, it's one to watch. I'm not saying that because I've put a bet on. I haven't put a bet on. Just for your information, Tom, this one did not get a Stuart bet. You're safe with this. You can go and place as many bets as you like. Alina, the Black Mamba, they were great when you interviewed them, but is this a song that can qualify?
Yes, of course. And also because of the story that's behind the song. I hope I talk about the right entry now. That's the story with the lady who had like a troubled past, and they wrote a song about it, right? All right. Yeah, okay, good. Because people are actually also searching for that lady, and I think that will also gets them a lot of votes because of that. And the screenplay is just like amazing, because it also starts in a black and white and then goes to like an animated video. It's really beautiful. And sorry, Nodi wanted to say hi.
Thank you, Alina. Right, the Black Mamba, Love Is On My Side. Is it a qualifier or a non-qualifier, people? It looks like a qualifier, but just. Let's find out whether you agree. By the way, remember, we have 3 spaces available. There you have it. You have voted Portugal through to the Eurovision Grand Final. We have 3 more entries. We're going to start with San Marino. No idea what's going on here. I still haven't worked it out. If anyone knows, please DM me. I haven't got a clue what Senet's doing, but it looks pretty cool. And she does actually sound amazing. I guess the big question on everyone's lips is, will we see a flow rider at Eurovision on Tuesday? There have been a few lines here and there that suggest it's still a possibility. I'm not sure. The jury's out for me. Gemma, this feels like a real banger this year. It really feels ever so current for San Marino. They've thrown everything at this. She can sing it really well, by the way. What do you make of it all?
Oh my God, so San Marino has come. Yes. Oh, again, we all know I like a good banger, but yes for San Marino. And my poor little teenage heart is like dying to see Flow Rider. I'm so upset that we can't actually be there in person to add that to like one of the random Americans you see at Eurovision. Oh my God. Oh, loving it. Like, yeah, teenage heart is feeling this. It's qualifying. It is qualifying. Yes, San Marino.
Can it be their second year in a row? Sean, let's come to you next. San Marino.
Oh, of course it can. It's a stonking tune. It's going to be an easy qualifier. Top 5 on the grand final. Easy. The whole Flow Rider thing, will he be there? Will he not be there? It's just adding the hype to the hype of the whole song. There's no such thing as bad publicity. All publicity is great. And this has just got everyone kind of, it's not... I don't want it to detract from the song, though, because the song is just great. If you just want a great big party song to get up and dance to, it's fabulous. She's crazy. What's that thing all about at the start? I mean, you could take someone's eye out with that if you're not careful. So she has to be really careful with it. But she does keep dropping Flow Rider's name in on the rehearsal, doesn't she? She says something like, "Are you all ready to Flow Rider with me?" And it's like, why are you doing that? Would you keep doing that if he wasn't going to turn up? I don't know. Will he be there? I don't know. But she will be in the final, definitely.
I'll tell you, the guy who's standing in for Flow Rider, if that is the case, is very, very good. So I don't think she really needs Flow Rider on stage. Let's go to Steve. Steve, this is every bit the party anthem that we need at Eurovision. I can't understand the detractors with this, because I just think it's phenomenal. What are your thoughts?
Oh, it's completely and utterly bonkers, and I love it. It's a real party vibe, and it's got that kind of. I think she's Eritrean, isn't she? And it's got that kind of that kind of Eritrean style music in the background. Gives it that kind of Oriental feel. It's an absolute banger. It's bound to get through. I just think she could tone the staging a little bit down. You know, that outfit she comes out in the beginning, as Sean said. What is it? I don't actually understand what it's there for. And then she kind of lays on the ground and starts singing. She's got a great voice, and you know she'll carry the whole tune. But she probably needs to make sure it's not too bonkers. But I think it's going to go through anyway.
I think it could very well. Guys, are we thinking this is a qualifier or a non-qualifier? It's a qualifier, I think, on that basis. Right, let's find out if you agree. We have 2 spaces left and 3 songs, including this one. There you have it. San Marino are qualifying, which means one thing. Either Serbia or Denmark are going home. Which is it? We're going to start with Serbia. Loco Loco by Hurricane. And I'll tell you what, I didn't think this was going to be great live and as good as it actually is. It is unbelievable on stage. You just wait. This is in my top 10 without question. Serbia. Yeah, Sean, come to you first on this one.
It's got to go through, surely. It's really, really got to go through. I've not seen the rehearsals on this one either, by the way, so I'm really just going off the pop video and whatever. So, yeah, perfect pop song, great catchy tune, absolutely love it. Nothing else more to say. Should fly through.
They harmonise so well, by the way. It's you wait until you see this live on Thursday. It's incredible. Ness, Hurricane, 3 great singers pulled together. Shouldn't work, but it really does work. They've got great energy, great charisma. Is this a qualifier?
Yes, it is. But it does nothing for me as a menopausal woman apart from ooze resentment that I don't look or sound like that. So, yeah, it will qualify, but I won't listen to it after the contest.
Thank you, Ness. Maybe this one's just for me. Maybe this is more my genre. Alina.
I just don't hope it will qualify because that will mean that Denmark is not qualifying and I don't want that. But I actually like the song until they say 1, 2, 3 girls, come on, and then then it's dead for me. Then I just like skip. Oh, I hate it when songs do that. I hate it. So the fact that they are doing that on a Eurovision stage is just I'm holding the zipper or the remote in my hand and I'm like, oh, I really want to change this channel. Oh. But actually you can see this qualifying.
Thank you, Alina. You mentioned Denmark. I think we should move on to Denmark before we announce who has qualified and who hasn't. Please don't ask me to pronounce the song. I can't. I'm not even going to bother. Fear on Flamme are phenomenal. We managed to interview them the other day. The interview is available on ESCFanTV.com. They are great. And this is 100% 80s. If there's any question about some of the other songs, there ain't no question about this one. This is 100% 80s. It is fantastic. The only thing that's missing is the cast of Miami Vice and, maybe some bigger shoulder pads. That's all I'm saying on this one. Georgia, Denmark. How fab is this?
Well, anyone who's talked to me in like the last month, whether that be in my real life or on Clubhouse or Instagram, knows that I love this song. It is so great, so much fun. I put it on like almost like everywhere I go. It's in the car, it's when I'm home, while I'm studying, no matter where I am, I listen to this song. I have no idea what they're saying, but I don't care because like their vibe, it's just so happy, it's so fun, and this is definitely the country I'll be hoping the most for to hear on Thursday. Like you can hear me screaming all the way from Germany if they qualify. Do I think they will qualify? I don't know. I'm scared they're not, but I really, really hope they will because that song is just Eurovision in a nutshell.
I think it's such a fun song. Really great guys as well. They are actually such fun as well. You'll see that from the interview. Ness, this is very 80s. So much fun. It takes you back to Eurovision of old. It's like retro Eurovision thrown into 2021. Are you loving it?
I literally did do a search on YouTube again, thinking I got the wrong entry. Like, you know, there'd been an error when I initially listened to it. And I think my initial thoughts were just like this. I was just like, had they got in Bill and Ted's phone box and literally transported from 1986? It was unbelievable. And I think it is so unique. I have not a clue what they're singing about. But they really are very passionate about what they're singing about. I don't think it will qualify at all, unfortunately. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for effort, lads. Really good.
And finally, Tom. Tom, you love this entry.
Do you know what? Yeah, the thing is, this is such a tough one because the thing is, I know there's only one place left. And I'm like, I would love to see Denmark qualify. And I'll be perfectly honest, this is my conundrum, viewers, because in our predictions, one of these songs is going to miss out. And yet I suspect on Thursday, neither song will miss out. So tonight I'm going to say, purely because everyone has been bigging it up for so long, including myself, that Denmark are going to make it through at the expense of Serbia. However, when push comes to shove, are they both going to make it through to the final? Yes, they have to, surely. They're both really good songs.
So let's find out. Firstly, Serbia panel. Do we think Serbia are qualifying or not qualifying? So I think they're qualifying. And finally, Denmark. Do we think Denmark are qualifying or not qualifying? It's a bit hit and miss, isn't it? Should we go? So we're going to play one more video, Serbia or Denmark. So go. I think we're going to ask the panel. Do you want to see whether Serbia have qualified or Denmark? Thumbs up for Serbia.
Denmark.
Or should I just go with Denmark? We'll go with Denmark. Denmark is what we're going to go for. We're going to find out whether Denmark have qualified based on your votes. Are you ready? Let's do it. There you have it. Denmark gets the 10th place at the expense of Serbia. But like Tom, I think we might see both of them in the final at Eurovision. Let's take a look at your top 10. There you have it. That is your 10 qualifiers for semi-final 2. Panel, are we happy with that? Are we happy with that result?
Great songs.
I think so. I'd be very happy with that. There's a couple in there that I'd personally like to see maybe qualify, but you can't have everything. And if you thought that was difficult, imagine what it was like for semi-final 1. Guys, I'd like to say a massive thank you to my panel. Tom, before we do that though, how's the chat room been? Have you been chatting in the chat room with the chatters?
Oh, do you know what? I've enjoyed chatting with the chat room. And do you know what? I'm going to give a special shout out to, where are we? HH Madsen, who tried to influence our poll, which we'd already voted on, by donating 500 Danish kroner, saying, that we should vote for Denmark. And of course, it got through. So obviously, they are really happy as well. Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you, Madsen from Denmark. Like I say, a massive thank you to my panel. Huge thank you to Martin. Martin, we part ways for a little while now. Not permanently, just so you can go off and do your Let Me Be the One blog and podcast stuff. Thank you for joining us on the road to Eurovision this past week.
Yep, no problem. Enjoyable. A lot busy and tiring, but yep, great stuff.
You look so convinced. Thank you, Martin. Big thank you to Ness. Ness, it's great to see you again as always.
Yeah. Mute. Sorry. Can I just say, Martin, your reviews that you've been posting have just been really insightful and really helpful. So I just want to say thank you for those. Keep them coming. Yeah. Thanks, Stuart. Thanks, Tom.
Huge thank you to Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, everyone. And I think this is my last show now before all the contests start. So enjoy Eurovision completely.
Well said, Steve. Big thank you to Sean. And Sean, huge thanks for all you do in the graphics. The graphics were all Sean's handiwork.
Oh, you're welcome. Love it. Thanks for having me on again. And next time you see me, I'll probably be a little bit drunk right after the semi-finals. Yeah. Tune in for that one. That could get really messy. Big thank you to Gemma. Gemma, thanks ever so much for getting up at 4 a.m. to be on tonight's show, this morning's show for you, whatever.
Oh, thanks for having me back. I've missed this. I forgot how much I needed this in my life.
It's like a drug. You just need it. It's just, just need it in your life at least once a year. Thank you for being on the road with us at least once. We'll see you soon. Thank you to Alina. Alina, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you this past week.
Same. And can I just do a little shout out to VM? I know you're watching. I meant the Zapper in Dutch, like the Zapper TV remote. And I tried to speak English and just, So, it was a great show. Have all a great Eurovision week. And, love you all.
Thanks, Selena. And finally, a massive thank you to Georgia for making her debut all the way from Germany. Great to have you on the show, Georgia. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I loved it. It was so much fun.
Good to have you. Tom, we haven't got many shows left yet. We're doing a post-review show on Tuesday after the semi-final at 11:30 p.m. Central European time. The same on Thursday after the second semi-final. I think we're here on Friday the 21st. We haven't decided the time yet. We need to do that. And then we're here on Sunday after Eurovision as our final wrap-up show. Are you excited? Are you as excited as I am?
Do you know what, Stu? Strap yourself in, because even though Poland won't qualify, it's still going to be the ride. For 2 years, we've been waiting for another contest. Come on, bring it on. Looking forward to every single moment.
And thank you to all of you in the chat room. We've had nearly 300 people in there today. If you like today's show, make sure you click the like button. If you hated it, it's fine. Click the dislike button. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you thought. And follow us across social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Clubhouse, TikTok, Twitter. Where else are we, Tom? Have I covered it all? Are we probably else?
Just everywhere. Look for us on social media. You will find us. And LinkedIn. Also, can I just say to people, seriously, Clubhouse has now rolled out to Android. If you want to join us for impromptu conversations about all things Eurovision, get on there, join our group. It's amazing. Almost every single night, there is a Eurovision-related conversation happening. Get involved.
Quite well said, Tom. Right. I think we should end tonight's show, actually, just announcing the actual results of the top 10, and then we'll close. So, guys, we're going to say goodbye. Follow us on social. Join us on Tuesday at 11:30 Central European time, straight after semi-final one. Until then, enjoy the ride, and we will see you very soon. Bye-bye for now.